Su Cow, the White Warrior. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. And today we continue the Alphabet Action Movie Challenge with the letter K as we review Kickboxer from 1989. Now, this film has a ton of charm, guys. Another fight flick from the 80s. When I think of Van Damme, actually, Bloodsport and Kickboxer are the two movies I think of. These are two I watched a lot. My question to you is, do you prefer Bloodsport or Kickboxer? Let me know in the comments below. And this film always reminded me of a big hybrid between the Karate Kid and Rocky IV. You know, the Karate Kid being, you know, having that Miyagi character in Zeon here and Kickboxer. Not as fleshed out, not as good, mind you, but this one does have a lot of charm, pretty decent fight scenes and all that stuff. So Kickboxer was released in 1989, directed by Mark DeSalle and David Worth, and starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dennis Alexio, and Dennis Chan. The story follows two brothers, Eric and Kurt Sloan. When Eric gets paralyzed taking on the Thailand kickboxing champion, Kurt seeks out for revenge and learns the ancient style of Muay Thai. This is one of those 80s films, cult classics, that's just if you like the fight genre, you're going to have a good time with it. You get some laughs. There's some charm to it. You get some witty, charming characters. And that's what I really like about it. I do like the charm of these characters. Van Damme and Winston and the master who teaches him, Zeon. I do believe Van Damme does try his best here in the acting department. There's times where I could really feel his emotion. As good as he's going to get for at that time, he's gotten a lot better, actually, over the years. I really think he's trying to stay in character and give us the reality of this character. And he also choreographed all the fight scenes. He was given free reign for all that. And we'll get into what I think about a lot of the fight scenes, but they're generally speaking, they're pretty good. And I like how he has really funny moments and really serious moments. We'll start off those funny moments. That fucking dance, man. The legendary Kickboxer dance is awesome. I think it's hilarious. I get so much entertainment and laughs watching him take on all these guys in the bar when he's drunk, man. I think it's just absolutely hilarious. I like a lot of the serious moments he has to do too. Like when he kicks the fucking tree down, that always stuck in my head, that scene where he's telling you, kick the tree down, keep kicking the tree. And then he gets mad out of frustration, thinking of his brother. He starts hoofing that freaking tree. I love it the way it's shot, and when he kicks that tree down. When I was a kid watching this, I remember that scene kind of different. When I rewatched this for this review with my wife, I went, oh yeah, this is the part where his bone's sticking out and everything. His bone wasn't sticking out at all, but in my mind as a kid, that's what I remember. That he kicked it so hard it popped his bone out of his leg. It's kind of just funny how you think you remember things in film. And his brother Eric, this is where that Rocky IV-ism kind of comes in. He's almost like that arrogance of Apollo Creed. Not as likable, obviously, but this dude's too arrogant. He's not even training. He's out with the chicks getting laid, doing what he has to do. Shows up for this fight, and he just gets hammered, man. Hammered, even with that great big warning by his brother. You know that one scene where he was like, this guy was kicking one of these things with his fucking leg, man. How scared Van Damme's character is here for his brother. Like, he knows there's an impending doom. He knows something's going to happen to his brother. His brother gets paralyzed. You don't see too much of Eric after that when you see Van Damme getting his training. And a lot of the movie is just Van Damme training. And I love films like that, actually. I really do. And then there's the master, Zeon. He's a Miyagi-style character from Karate Kid. I think Karate Kid just created such a great character with Mr. Miyagi that it's just so tempting to rip off. He's set up with a lot of comic relief, like the way he trains Kurt and his sense of humor. He's got a really giddy sense of humor, things he finds funny. Taking him to the bar and getting him hammered just to see how well he fights drunk with his balance and everything. It's just hilarious. Great character, great little character in this. Another aspect to this film is not only Tong Po the best fighter, he's been controlled by hired dudes up who control everything in the little town. No one could run their businesses. They control everything. There's a lot of greed. There's a lot of corruption. The training montage is awesome. And this is one staple of the 80s, training montages. Or montages in general. We always had them in the 80s. Why did we get rid of them? I have no idea. I absolutely love training montages. They can say so much in a little amount of time. They got great music going through them, and they get you excited. They get you jacked. You know what training montages are like to me? It's like foreplay. They get you all primed up, ready for the big event, which is usually in the third act, the final fight, or whatever have you, right? Training montages are great. Please fucking bring them back, filmmakers. There's something to be said about the production design in this film too. I really like when he's training in the old tombs where the ancient warriors used to train, and the just the look of it all. And I'm pretty sure that was an on location thing they found. Awesome set, awesome place to train. I love how you know, he can hear them fighting. Like when Kirk's training, he can hear them fighting and stuff like that. And I thought the visuals were kind of cheesy when you see the warriors with the swords and everything, or the big spears and stuff. I thought he should have just heard it, kind of. And a lot of the cinematography here, when he's training there and he's in sunrise and stuff and sunset, and you just see him in silhouette doing his moves and his training, I think looks fantastic. The only thing I'm mixed on is the end fight. I still enjoy it. I loved it a hell of a lot more when I was a kid, but it hasn't aged as well. I do like how it's in an underground tomb and it's in low light, and they got to dip wraps into resin and broken glass. You're upping the fight genre here. There's way too much slow-mo and this triple cut style where, you know, you see Van Damme doing a big kick in the air, and then when he makes contact, it goes cut, cut, cut. So it looks like there's 3 hits going on. It's just too much in the fight. If you would have had the fight more in a speed of real time, I think it would have worked too, and just had those slow-mos as you needed them more for dramatic effect, right? I think that would have worked better. Looking back on it, I could still have a good time with it. I mean, the 80s was just magical time with the fight scenes. We just ate it all up. It was great stuff. But if I was to critique one thing that in this film, it's just that fight scene a bit. Because it now looking at it, just comes off pretentious, like we're just there to see Van Damme in slow motion to see how good his kicks are. And don't get me wrong, guy has awesome form. When he does that signature back kick, it's awesome, man. It looks awesome. It looks great. His form is perfect, I would think. I'm not a martial artist, but yeah, it looks fantastic. If you like those 80s charm movies of martial arts, you like this kind of fight tournament stuff, you're going to love Kickboxer. I'm going to give Kickboxer from 1989 a B-. So let me know in the comments below what you think of Kickboxer and what you think of this review. Go down the rabbit hole. Check out my other action reviews, other martial arts films I've done. And I'll see you on the next video, guys, and I'll see you in the movies. Cheers!